Go select.
Alright, first I want to talk about the back tuck technique. Start with your arms all the way by your ears and then swing them back as much as you can. Then swing your arms up straight to your ears when you jump. Make sure you're looking forward and not throwing your head back and arching your back. At this point, grab your shins. Now spot the ground and open up your tuck. Here are some examples of bad technique. Don't bring your chest down when you do your back tuck. You also don't want to squat all the way down. When you set, make sure you swing your arms up straight to your ears and not like this. Here's an example of a bad set. And here's an example of a good set. When you do a good back tuck, you want to jump straight up and land where you started. You do not want to arch your back and throw your head back and travel backwards. You also don't want to push your hips forward and gainer forward. Always make sure you extend and jump as high as you can. Here's an example of a bad jump with no extension. The rotation for a backflip comes from lifting your toes. It does not come from throwing your head back. Now that you understand the technique, I'm going to show you 5 ways you can learn a back tuck. Use this progression if you have nothing to work with besides you and the ground. For more details, look at my back handspring tutorial. Once you're at this point, to go from here to here, you have to change your arms. Instead of swinging them to the side, swing them straight up over your head. Now we have to change your back handspring into a back tuck. To do this, start to jump higher in your back handspring and bring your toes down sooner. If you keep doing this, eventually you'll be able to land your feet and your hands at the same time. Now try and land your feet just before your hands. Now do the same thing, but try not to touch your hands. Keep them there just in case, but don't touch them. Now that you have a backflip, the next step is just to fix your technique. Use this progression if you have a friend that you trust. First, have your friend pick you up. If your friend cannot pick you up like this, he cannot safely spot you on a back tuck. First, use this drill to understand the back tuck technique. When you first do this, your spotter is going to be doing all the work. He's going to pick you up and throw you into a back tuck, keeping his arm on your back the entire time. He's going to use both of his arms, not his hands. He's going to use his dominant arm to support your back, and he's going to use the other arm to throw your feet over. When first doing this, try to use a mat, go downhill, or go into sand. Now little by little, you're going to jump more and swing your arms more. The work is going to switch from your spotter to you. Eventually, your spotter is only going to use one hand. Also, instead of starting with his hand on your back, your spotter is going to put his hand in after you jump. You're going to keep doing this until your spotter no longer feels your weight in his hand. Now your spotter is going to keep his hand near your back but try not to touch you. You might want to still have your spotter there for mental support, but eventually he's going to go away and you're going to do it by yourself. This next progression is for if you already have a back tuck on the trampoline. First, make your bounces lower and lower until you can do it from standing. Now put a mat in to help kill the bounce. If you're doing this on your backyard trampoline, use a substitute like a mattress or couch cushions. Now drag the mat over to the frame of the trampoline and do the backflip from the frame. I've seen lots of people do this in their backyard. If you're at a gym now, you can just do them down thinner and thinner mats till you're on the floor. If you're not at a gym, try it downhill or with a spot. You can combine any of these progressions to get your back tuck. If you don't already have a backflip on a trampoline, here's a way you can learn one. Start with a backward roll. Now try falling into a backward roll. Now do a little bounce into one, and then do a big bounce into one. Now do one, but keep pulling around to your back again. This is a backflip. It's just starting from your back and landing on your back. If you can do this, you can do a backflip. Some people, when they first do them, like to look over their shoulder at the ground the whole time to help them get over the fear. This next progression you can use if you can already do a backflip off of something tall. This is how I learned how to do a backflip. Just do your backflip off of lower and lower objects until you can do it on the ground. The way I learned is first I did it off a diving board into water, and then I did it off my friend's deck into a pool, and then I did it off my friend's deck onto his trampoline, and then I did it off his deck onto the ground. And then I did it off of random objects, each one getting lower and lower until I did it going downhill, and then I did it on flat ground. Once you can do your back tuck, if you want to make it stronger, do it going uphill. Start with small object and gradually make them bigger and bigger. Well, that's about everything I can think of. I hope that was helpful, and thanks for watching.